as we were wont to do to make some change. And I was making fun of her and she was making fun of me in the mirror, and I was on the sidewalk, and long story short, I lit my cigarette and my thumbnail went on fire because it had super glue and thick plastic and polish. So I didn't even know it. It started flaming. And so of course I put it out, and all night my nice green nail was like charred and curled. Oh well, whatever, least of my worries. Now, makeup. We got to get into makeup. Again, cheap, durability, but I spent way too much money on makeup. I would go to theatrical makeup stores. I did not do cheap makeup. That was like my major, expense. And here's what I did. First of all, it was not cheap because I did not use glue sticks. I didn't like using glue sticks, for better or worse, because you still see like the hairline thingies. So what I did is what theatrical makeup does is they give you a wax stick that you kind of melt and blend with your hand. And then you literally rub that wax in and around your eyebrow, which took for friggin' ever to get out, but we'll get to that. And it literally created just like bone skin. It was just like flat bone skin. That way I could do my eyebrows, which were usually like very, very, very thin and kind of 20s, unless I went for a different look. Second major purchase was after the eyebrow wax, which had to be sealed. So you had to spread the wax all over it. Then you had to brush on a sealant to keep it, like I said, that bone smooth. Then here was my trick. Since I was Miss Durability cheap, and running around all over town, I tended to get a 5 o'clock shadow well before I should. I mean, it's not like really thick here, but as they say, I'm Black Irish and it's pretty coarse. So I had to do what they call a drag shave, which you like literally take an hour, like getting every hair out short of plucking. And then what you would do is, you would usually have to spend long periods of time on your eye makeup, right? But I didn't have the time or the energy for that. So here was my trick. I bought body powder paint. Now this is something that you're supposed, like Goldfinger, the movie where she like suffocates from being painted in gold. Well, this is only meant for bodies. Well, Sean did this. He bought 3. He would buy a jar in silver, a jar in blue, and a jar in a bronzy gold. Again, these are not supposed to be around your eyes and stuff. It's like a powdery, like, blah.